Welcome back to the desk. The World Series has wrapped up, and as we fire up the hot stove to keep us toasty over this winter, we have Anthony, Jimmy, Joe, and Andrew to break down everything that was going on in the World Series. Anthony, Game 4 was a doozy in Atlanta. What'd you see from that game there?
Well, let's take a highlight look at the best game, in my opinion, of this World Series, and we're going to pick it up in the bottom of the 7th inning, where we have Dansby Swanson stepping up against Cristian Javier. 2-1 game, not for long as Swanson is going to poke that ball over the right field wall into the chop house. First home run of the postseason for Swanson. He hit 27 in the regular season. First home run here, really found his power stroke, and he's going to be a staple in Atlanta for a long time. Meanwhile, also Atlanta really kind of struggled offensively in this game. They fell behind early, and then you look at, Austin Riley got a big single to cut the Braves deficit in half. You see Swanson reaching out for that ball and is able to go the other way with it, which is something we saw a lot of him do this year. He is able to ride that ball to the opposite field and use that opposite field power. And now we're going to pick it up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Next batter later, you're going to see Jorge Soler stepping into the box against Cristian Javier, and he is going to smoke a ball left field way back. Yordan Alvarez going back cannot make the play. It is over the wall for a home run. First time in World Series history, an 8-hitter and a 9-hitter have gone back-to-back. I can't believe that. That's insane to me. You see Swanson going absolutely nuts on the bench, and that would be your final. The Braves win this game 3-2 as Soler goes deep to left field. He had 3 go-ahead home runs this series, 1 World Series MVP, as Joe will get into shortly. And the one thing I want to take away from this game, the Atlanta Braves bullpen, 8 2/3 innings of 1-run ball. They really stepped up in this game.
Andrew, what did you see from Game 4?
The bullpen was fantastic throughout the game. The play nobody is talking about is Eddie Rosario in left field playing that ball up against the wall. That's kind of a dangerous play, and he protected his body, kept making that catch.
Game 4, we saw a lot from Game 4. A couple days later, Joe, they put it in. They were able to raise that trophy in Houston. What'd you see from Game 6, the clinching one for the Atlanta Braves?
Let's take a look at the highlights. Whereas Game 4 was a close-knit, neck-and-neck battle, we kick things off right here. Jorge Soler, we're calling this Soler power in Houston as he cranked that one to left, way over the stands.
Hit it out.
That took the Houston crowd out of the game almost immediately as you see him really basking in the glory there. It was hip, hip Jorge Soler in Houston. As Garcia off to a terrible start, top of the 3rd, crowd is out of it at the beginning of the game, and they only picked up right where they left off. Dansby Swanson, Lieutenant Dansby, another shot into deep left. See you later. 5-0 Braves. They would go on to win the game 7-0. Houston did not even have a chance. Max Fried, absolutely outstanding. This game really was the period at the end of the sentence.
That home run, very reminiscent of Albert Pujols' home run way back, if you guys can remember that mammoth home run that he hit. I believe it was 2004 or 5 in the NLCS. 2005, thank you. Jimmy, the Braves are able to get it done for the first time since 1995. They played in the World Series first time since 1999. What did you see just for the whole season? They lost a lot of guys. Acuna was out. So many different guys out.
I saw a franchise that, top to bottom, was not afraid to adapt. I've talked about the front office last week, additions of Jock Peterson, Acuna being hurt, Eddie Rosario, guys like Freddie Freeman taking over the helm, bullpen guys, Will Smith, Tyler Matzik, A.J. Minter, got a bunch of great lefties in that pen, Brian Snicker, 88 wins in the regular season. They kept belief going the whole way, and it carried them to a postseason World Series victory.
Now, Jimmy, to keep it with you, a team that had aspirations to be in the World Series, potentially be the next franchise that's coming up, the San Diego Padres, they let go of Jace Tinkler a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people didn't like his ways, especially Anthony here, hot corner. He always talks about it. But, they just got a great manager in Bob Melvin. What did you see from this one?
I saw a Padres team Padres organization rather, that is looking to improve, looking to take that next step. Bob Melvin, great manager. We're going to take a look at some of his career numbers here. He got over 1,300 career wins, 4 division titles in his life, NL, AL Manager of the Year winner 4 times in his career. The Padres have been around for over 50 years. They have 6 playoff appearances in their career. Bob Melvin has 7 in his career. What does that tell you about the franchise? So this is going to be a big experience move. Players love him. Bob Melvin, Padres going to postseason next season. Book it.
Joe?
Those were nice. Nice statistics, division wins, manager of the year. Here's the bottom line. People are talking about Bob Melvin like he's Joe Torre, like he's won all these rings. He has not won a ring as a manager. I get it. You want to get a fresh face in the locker room. A lot of teams are going for that younger manager who could connect with the players. Bob Melvin just oversaw a collapse of his own in Oakland. It seems to me that this is a little bit of an interesting choice.
Anthony?
to say the least.
This is groundbreaking right here. Joe and I are actually going to agree on this.
Yeah.
I'm actually right here
I'm
with
so
you.
surprised.
I'm right here with you, Joe. I mean, listen, Jace Tingler, I could write a speech about Jace Tingler. I don't like him as a manager at all. I think Melvin is a severe upgrade. However, what has he won? Like, he's won a couple of division titles, great, but this isn't a team that's looking to win the division. This is a team that's going to go above and beyond. And this team has dealt with a lot of managerial changes, 22 in their history.
Yep, as we saw.
This better be the guy. That's all I'm going to say.
5 division titles, more than the franchise entirety. This is a team that you go from a terrible manager.
But
Jace
this is a
Tingler.
team
you
that-
take that next step now. You at least make the wild card.
But are they going to make? That's not what this team's going. They're not looking to make the wild card. You're looking to go all the way. And you have Machado, you have Tatis, you have Will Myers, you have Eric Hosmer. It goes on, and then Clevenger and Darvish and Snell. You got to win a championship. And if Melvin doesn't do this is going to look awful for them.
Well, in a division that features the Dodgers, once you just get in that dance with the wild card, the Giants just lost Buster Posey. They're going to rest. I love the Padres to make the wild card at minimum next
But
season.
we need to see more. That's all I'm going to say. We need to see more.
Andrew, before they continue on.
I think Bob Melvin can give you that. When he came to the Athletics his first year, they were bad. They were below 500. Then they started turning around. He started getting involved more, getting in the front office. If they let him make decisions, let him be involved, they can go a long way.
Now, look, there's a big free agent who just lost in the World Series, Carlos Correa. He's shortstop free agent. You know, he's the number 1 pick for the Astros a couple of years back. Andrew, we'll go to you. I mean, it's going to be, if we do have this, we'll talk about that a little later, but if he is leaving, where would you like to see him?
The Tigers. He is going back and he's playing for A.J. Hinch. They got Spencer Torkelson. They got a lot of players that can get the job done. They have Spencer Turnbull. They have a lot of players, a fresh farm system, and a great bullpen and starting rotation to get it done.
Joe?
I got to go with the Marlins. They've been rebuilding for years. You can tell that the NL East is really getting competitive. The Marlins, this is now is the time for them to step up to the plate and get that big fish that they've always wanted.
Jimmy?
Might be a bit of a homer pick here. Give me the Yankees. Carlos Correa wants to go to a winning franchise. I believe the Tigers and the Marlins don't provide that. Yankees have a big hole at shortstop. Gleyber Torres has not been that guy, especially in the field. Correa can provide that more postseason experience, big bat. Give me Correa in the Bronx.
Anthony, close us out.
I think a lot of people it's a foregone conclusion for a lot of people that he's leaving Houston. I'm going to go the other way here. I think he's staying in Houston. Astros are 1-3 in the World Series, and their one World Series, we all know the controversy
we know what
around that.
happened.
They just lost George Springer that offseason. I think Correa is the most talented player on that team, above Bregman, above Altuve, even above Yordan Alvarez. Yeah. All around, he's a great player. I think that's the guy they're going to want to retain long term.
Now, there's a big discrepancy going on in the world of baseball, and hopefully it doesn't get to the point where we do have a work stoppage. Joe, I mean, there's a lot of things. It may be getting ugly. They have till December 1st, but what do you see from this?
Look, it may very well get ugly. As we look here at some of the key information about this, both sides obviously want to play. The question is that they have to come to an agreement. As we see the terms here. The current CBA negotiations, they want to keep teams from tanking, and the players want their service time to stop being manipulated. Really, what it comes down to is the players want to be compensated fairly for their value. So I think that the players, hopefully the owners can come down to their level.
Anthony, quickly.
This isn't going to end pretty. The minor leaguers just got housing for their own sake. I don't see how this is going to end in a good way. Players feel like they got a raw deal in 2016. They're not happy, and they're willing to go to a work stoppage, which means getting their point across to the owners.
Well, hopefully, gentlemen, we get to see baseball in the spring. It would break my heart to not see baseball on my birthday. It usually falls on April 1st. So
it's been a concern for me for a year now.
Yeah,
that this is ever headed
it's
towards
very
this.
possible.
It's very possible.
But as we pop the champagne on another successful baseball season, the NFL crew will break down all on the gridiron from the trade deadline from November 2nd. Keep it locked here on WP Sports Desk.